Hey Leo, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a reading for you. Happy New Year. I haven't been around for a while. I'm sorry for that. My life just went in a completely different direction all of a sudden, and I had to give some attention to that. So, but I'm back now, and we're going to look at 2022, but not before we look at what 2020 and what 2021 meant for you. All right, so these cards represent 2020, 2021, and then 2022. So 2021 was a year that was a 4. So a 4 was about contemplation, could be about reality, something that hit you with reality. All right. 2021 was definitely a year of change and chaos. Okay. It was a 5 year. And then 2022 is about choices and about love. So it's about choices around love. Okay. So let's take a look at what 2020 was about for you. Courage. All right, so contemplating courage. Did you find it? Did you find the courage? This says, let me be open to courageously taking the steps that are shown. So there's nothing more Leo than courage. Okay, so this was really about, going deep within yourself and finding the courage to do something. All right, you might have found that courage, you might not have, but that year was about that for you. Okay, so you might have been contemplating something pretty serious for your life in 2020, like many were. And in 2020, a lot of us had a lot of time to do that, to contemplate. We might have been laid off from our jobs. We might have been locked down. We might have been dealing with the virus itself, okay, ourselves. All right, so there's something about courage for you in 2020. Let's look at 2021 for you. Ooh, I love this. Limitless. So this says, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So 2021 was about chaos and change. All right. And in some way, this tells me that you probably found the courage to do something. It might have been to go towards something, or it might have been to remove yourself from something. And whatever it was, it led you to the limitless possibilities of change and chaos. You found a limitless part of yourself through change and chaos, which I love. Okay, so 2021 might have been a really good year for you in a lot of ways. All right. So let's look at 2022 for you, which is about choices in love. Ooh, and then we have detachment. So what does this say? It says, with detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when that desire is fulfilled. So, I feel like 2021 really stepped up for you and showed you how you are limitless, that your possibilities in life are limitless, that your love is limitless. Detachment for 2022 is about detaching from that ego, from that desire, whatever it is that you feel like is just out of reach for you. You're detaching from that And just like the card says, that could be when it shows up for you. So in other words, you're focusing more on the journey, not necessarily the outcome. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so I'm using this this deck here, the Native Spirit Tarot. It's a new deck for 2022. It's by Max Mittenkoff. All right, and this creator reached out to me and sent me this deck. I'm not making any money on this. If I didn't love the deck, I wouldn't be using it. I think it's amazing. I love the colors. I love the simplicity of the artwork. And I hope you like it too. All right, so let's see what we have for you for 2022 when it comes to choices around love. All right, so this card represents the what. What is it? What's important about love for you? This card represents the who. Who is important to you when it comes to love? This card represents the why. Why is love important to you in 2022? And this card represents the how. How is love important to you? Or the choices around love. How is that important? And then we have the when. When is love showing up in the most important way for 2022 for you? All right, so let's look at this first. This is the what. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. You might be dealing with a Pisces. Knight of Cups is the energy of secret love, or secrets around love, or feelings that have built up for something or somebody. You know, this could be a particular person. This could be, you know, a job that you secretly desire, career, mission that you secretly desire. You know, the Knight of Cups says that you have a lot of pent-up feelings that haven't been shared. Okay? All right, so let's look at the why. The why around love for you. 5 of Swords. 5 of Arrows in this deck, but it's the 5 of Swords. This card has been coming up a lot. So the 5 goes back to 2021, right? Because this is a 5-year. And what is it that was illuminated to you in 2021 was that you are limitless. You're limitless. You see yourself. You're open to receive in the most miraculous ways. And then we have the 5 of Swords here, which is, you know, it's about winning. It's about conflict. All right. So Leo, you know, I feel like your 3D energy came out towards somebody or towards a situation. You know, you might have felt like you had to fight for something, or you were fighting to win. I don't feel like you walked away thinking that you won something, though. You know, you might have won a battle, but you didn't win the war. All right. So how is love important to you in 2022? We've got the Page of Arrows, which is the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is about seeking the truth. Seeking the truth, but it's seeking the truth through the back door, not through the front door. So you might be spending your time watching what somebody else is doing. You might be spending your time watching what your company is doing at work. There's something about whatever it is that you love that you don't necessarily completely trust. Because you feel there's some type of deception here with whoever this is that you're dealing with, or whatever it is that you're dealing with. You feel like there's some type of deception. I don't feel that, but you do. That's why this energy is really important. the detachment. You're attached to some type of outcome that you want, especially as a Leo. You're very focused on results. You're very focused on the outcome. And love for you in 2022 is more about the journey. It's more about the process. It's more about how you treat people as you go along. So this here, which is the why when it comes to love, it's like you don't want to have to fight for love, right? You don't want to have to fight for people to appreciate you. You don't want to have to fight for, being the object of desire in a connection. You don't want to have to fight for that. Let's look at the when. The when. We have the Empress. So that's a 3 card. So, for some reason, I feel like this is you. This is how you want to be seen. You want to be seen as the Empress, the ideal person in a job, the ideal person in a relationship. That's how you want to be seen. 3 says we're looking at 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. So I feel like we're looking at March for you. The most important month for you in 2022 is the month of March. Okay, and it might be the 3rd of a particular month. The 3rd of March, the 3rd of April, the 3rd of May, the 3rd of November. All right, so the number 3 is significant for you in 2022. This is the when. All right, and I also feel like this energy, there's something about it for you when it comes to being the ideal person for somebody, being seen that way, being seen as the ideal feminine or the ideal partner for somebody. All right, so I want to look at the why here. The why and the how when it comes to love in 2022. All right, we're not doing reversals today. All right, so we've got Judgment. Judgment over the Page of Swords. Remember, Page of Swords is you are... This is about the how when it comes to love in 2022. The how for you is going the backdoor route. The backdoor route. Judgment. I almost feel like in this particular case, this card isn't necessarily about a reconciliation or a rebirth. It's more about the word judgment. It's more about judgment of yourself, judgment of another person for you. Okay, that's why you're taking the backdoor route when it comes to finding the truth. Because either you are very afraid of being judged by a particular person, or you are judging somebody. And that's why you're taking the backdoor route. And when I say the backdoor route, I mean, you're looking at social media, you're talking to other people, you're looking at pictures, you're Googling, you're trying to find answers through the back door versus having a direct conversation with somebody. One more there. King of Arrows, which is the King of Swords. This is card of Gemini. You might be dealing with a Gemini. But this can also be a card of a boss or somebody that has some type of authority over you. You might be judging a particular boss. You might be trying to get information on a particular boss. You know, this might be about career for you more than love. But when we're looking at any aspect of life, there's really only two ways to look at any situation. You know, are you coming from a place of fear, or are you coming from a place of love? Okay? This tells me right here that you, on some level, are coming from a place of fear in 2022. You know, you are hiding your feelings about something. So whatever courage you might have found in 2020, I don't feel like it has moved over to 2022. 2021, you realized that you had limitless opportunities, abilities, you know, that you were connected to the divine. Are you embracing that, or are you rejecting that? Let's go back over to the why. 5 of Swords, and then we have 6 of Swords. So when we go back to 2022, the biggest thing for you for 2022 is detaching from the outcome of whatever the situation is. And focus on the now, focus on the journey, focus on what you're experiencing, learning, loving right now. Six of Swords, especially in this deck, you can see like they're on this boat. They're surrounded by this haze, by this, they don't know exactly where their destination is. They're out there on the water. They know they're going somewhere. They know there's a destination, but they have to detach from it. They have to trust that they will get there, that they will find that destination, but they have to detach from it. Again, this is the why. It's important for you to detach from whatever the desired outcome is. Because remember, when you do that, more often than not, that's when the desired outcome arrives, is when you detach from it. What do we have here for the who? Who? All right, we have 8 of Cups. All right, so when we're looking at who, this is significant because this is somebody that you had specific feelings for, that you moved away from. You might have moved away from them because, you know, you realized that you were limitless and you were moving on to bigger and better things. Or you moved on because you were detaching from somebody or something. Something that maybe you had to do that for that period, or for that period of time. You moved away from something that you loved, that you had built feelings for, that you were invested in emotionally. The what, when it comes to 2022 for you, is there's a lot of feelings that you aren't sharing with somebody that you probably should be sharing these feelings with. And because this is the what and this is the who, you know, it's like, who did you move away from that you had significant feelings for? I feel like for some of you, it might have been a particular boss. You know, you have no idea where this is going. You have no idea of what the outcome is. You're not comfortable with that. You're not comfortable not knowing. So that's why this is the case for you. Remember, you want to be the object of desire. You want to be this person's ideal person, ideal employee, you know, ideal partner, whatever it is. You want that. So let's see. Let's take a look again at the who. We have Libra and Taurus. We have Gemini. We have Pisces. So you could be dealing with any of those signs. Eight of Cups, and then we've got Queen of Arrows. That's Queen of Arrows is Queen of Swords, so that's Libra energy. So we've got double Libra energy here. You might be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. But whoever it is that you're dealing with, I feel like the detachment from this person, okay, is about bringing balance to your life, bringing balance to what love means for you, and possibly what love means for this person as well. But I feel like there's an imbalance here with either with position and authority, or with one person I feel like feels that the other person doesn't feel as strongly as they do. And I don't feel like that's the case. That's why you have such a strong desire to be this person's object of affection, attention. You feel like you're the ideal match for this person. This might be, and that's why the detachment card is here for you for 2022. I almost feel like this is a new experience for Leo, for some of you. You might have walked away before somebody else could cut you off. Whoever this was, you actually worried that this person wasn't fully into you, wasn't fully engaged with you. You were afraid they were going to do Eight of Cups with you before you did it to them. So you said, you know what? I'm not going to risk not being the Empress, not being the ideal person for this person. I can't handle it. I'm going to walk away, even though I carry a lot of feelings for this person, even though this person is an important person in my life. When it comes to love, you're going about it in a backdoor type of way. There's something that you haven't let go about this person, for sure. With Knight of Cups and these three cards here, this person holds some type of authority over you, and that drives you crazy. Whether you think that this person doesn't love you or doesn't have as many feelings for you as you do for them, that drives you crazy. If this person is your boss and they have authority over you, that drives you crazy. That might be a very complicated situation, especially if this person is your boss. When we come over here to, the why, when it comes to love in 2022, I feel like fighting for something and not knowing the outcome is really tough for you. That's where detachment comes in for you. And again, March is a big month for you. March is March. Let's look at the Empress. Knight of Coins. This is Virgo energy. Yeah, and I feel like this confirms what we were talking about. It's like you want to be the perfect match for whatever it is that you love. Whether it's, a career, a mission, a relationship, whatever it is, you want to be the perfect match. So anytime we want something to be perfect, and I almost feel like that's what we're looking at here, it slows everything down because we're expecting some level of perfection here. That's why when it comes to love, you're holding back. You're holding back feelings that have built up over, I feel like a pretty good period of time. And that's not like you. That's not like you to do that. That's why this Courage card is here. You might not have found the courage in 2020 to express certain feelings about what it is that you want. Knight of Cups, King of Wands, Aries energy. So we have Aries, we have Gemini, we have Virgo, we have Taurus and Virgo, and we have Libra. So this is masculine energy here, King of Arrows and King of Wands. So masculine energy is about taking action and communicating. That's, I feel like, where you needed courage. Whether you found that courage or not, we don't necessarily know. Knight of Wands says that when it comes to detachment, when it comes to love in 2022, what it's about for you is having the confidence to be able to move forward with expressing your feelings about something that you love. That's what 2022 is about for you. When it comes to whoever that is, we have Queen of Arrows. We have Queen of Arrows and King of Arrows. So anytime we have the King and Queen of the same element, that tells me the type of soul connection that you have potentially with this person. And again, it could be a boss, okay? You have a strong mental connection with this person. So a lot hasn't necessarily been shared or said, but you have a strong mental connection. Might be with a Libra. You're afraid, you walked away from your feelings, even though it would have been perfectly fine for you to be confident with sharing these feelings. You chose to walk away from them instead of sharing them, because you did that because you sensed that somebody might do it to you first, even though they weren't going to do that. All right? When it comes to why love is important for you in 2022, this is what needs to be addressed. You need to get comfortable with detaching from whatever outcome, being comfortable in the fog, knowing there is an outcome, knowing there is a destination, but being comfortable not knowing what it is that drives you nuts, okay? When it comes to the how for love, okay, you're taking the backdoor route, which is sneaky, but it's not surprising because we have the type of soul connection here, the King and Queen of Arrows or the King and Queen of Swords. It's a mental connection. So instead of talking about it, instead of confronting it, instead of, expressing how you feel, you're more comfortable taking the backdoor route, okay? You're afraid of this person judging you. They might be afraid of you judging them as well. Judgment comes from a heavy mental connection. Then come over here, we have the when, all right? It's feeling slow to you because there's an element of perfectionism here. You want to be this person's perfect partner, perfect feminine perhaps. So that slows things down. When it comes to the when, okay, Knights are also a 3. When it comes to numerology, pages have the numerology of 4. Knights have 3s. Queens have 2s. And kings have the value of 1. So we've got 2 3s here, which add up to 6, which is 2022. So 3 is a very, very important number for Leo in the year of 2022. That's the year of March. So we're looking at 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, which also brings us to March. All right, so March is a big month for you. All right, so let's see. Let's get some additional cards. These are numerology cards as well. Let's see what comes out for you. You know, courage and limitless. That explains Leo, you know. This is the year of 5 around change and chaos. You found limitless possibilities in a time of change and chaos. That doesn't happen very often. In 2020, you were meant to find courage in some way. You know, 2020 was a contemplative year, you know, and that could be when this connection started between the King of Arrows and the Queen of Arrows, this mental soul connection. You are meant to find courage, perhaps, in a soul connection that's very mentally based. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, time out. Well, what is a timeout? What does a timeout accomplish? There might have been a timeout between you and a particular person, okay? What does that allow you to do? That allows you to think. King and Queen of Arrows or Swords, okay? So some type of timeout was taken. I don't feel like, I feel like this energy over here, this King of Coins, this Virgo energy, this perfectionist energy, it's like things weren't completely perfect. So we had to step away from each other and take a time out. The universe wanted to see you move forward. Whether it was with career, whether it was with relationship, I feel like you kind of stepped out of line from your alignment with the universe. Universe was ready for you to move forward. You were not. And then we have 88, abundance. Limitless, this is falling under limitless. This was about 2021. You might have had a good year in 2021. You might have found a certain level of abundance. You might have realized that you were limitless in your possibilities. I feel like 2021 was a pretty good year for you. 2022, let's see. Love, partnership. All right, and then we also have another 8 here. So again, by detaching from an outcome, there's an outcome that you clearly want, that you want to see happen, you want to see something come to fruition. And the universe is challenging you when it comes to love, whatever it is that you love, detaching from it is the first step. And that brings in ultimately what it is that you wanted in the first place, which is a love partnership. Okay? It's like you're empowered. The number 8 is about empowerment. You become empowered when you detach. And it's not a game. It's just not caring what the outcome is. Enjoying the journey more than what you expect the outcome to be. Okay, so this is not encouraging you to play games. This right here is games, okay? Maybe not intentional games, but you know, it's a window to step back and be in this mental energy. You prefer, when it comes to a particular person, to be in a mental energy than to be dealing with this person head on. Clearly, Page of Swords. All right? You're afraid of somebody's judgment. You really care about what somebody thinks about you. and you've got to detach from that energy. All right, Leo, that is what I have for you. If you're looking for a deeper reading, certainly reach out to me. If not, no worries. I will talk to you next time. I'm probably not going to be uploading every single week. It'll probably be every 2 weeks. If I can do more than that, I will. But, you know, I'm not ready to commit to more than that right now. So just so you know, just while I'm figuring out, you know, how to maneuver my new circumstances. And that's just how it goes. Anyway, Happy New Year, and I will talk to you next time. All right, thanks. Bye.